Hello everyone. In this video, we'll showcase my graduation project, which is an online platform dedicated to digitalizing and enhancing accessibility to Muslim prayer spaces in Üsküdar University. First, we'll start with a short introduction, then a brief of what the project is all about. Then we'll dive into the design process of the platform, which will showcase the creation of the logo. And also, we'll talk about typography, color palette, and much more. And then we'll dive into some technical aspects such as domain selection and the creation of the sitemaps. And finally, we'll finish off by showcasing the mockups of the platform and the actual online platform on the internet. And finally, a conclusion. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and let's get started. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Brahim Busara. I am a student of Üsküdar University, and I'm currently pursuing a degree in software engineering. I am someone who is fascinated and passionate about web development, web design, and building projects that benefit humanity. I would like to also express my sincere thanks to my thesis supervisor, Professor and Dr. Salim Jabreen Dambata, and I would like to also extend my thanks to the two examining committee members, Professor Belaynesh and Professor Christine. Thank you very much. To give you some context, Üsküdar University is a university located in Istanbul, Turkey, which is one of the leading national and international universities. It offers a great number of programs ranging from engineering, journalism, medical research, and much more. Now, one of the fascinating things about the university is that it provides dedicated prayer spaces in all of its campuses for students, faculty, and staff, for them to perform their daily spiritual practices and reflection. However, as a web developer and designer, I realized that these facilities, these prayer spaces, have great potential for improvement, which would enhance its accessibility and greatly benefit the students of the university. One of the main limitations that these prayer spaces are facing is, number one, no digital platform. There is no digital presence where one can access information about these prayer spaces. Number two, limited information. If one were to visit the university's main website, there is very little information about these prayer spaces. Number three, inadequate resources. We live in a time where physical education and online education converge, and yet these prayer spaces do not offer any online educational resources. Number four, absent virtual support. If one has any questions or wants to make an inquiry about these prayer spaces, there is no direct support. And so these are some of the challenges that the prayer spaces are facing. So what is the solution for these challenges? The solution is an all-in-one spiritual support platform, which will solve the challenges and limitations that the prayer spaces are facing. The platform will offer comprehensive information about the prayer spaces. It will also provide adequate educational resources, and not to mention a dedicated support. And so I introduce to you Üsküdar University Mescit, an all-in-one spiritual support platform. This platform will provide comprehensive information, educational resources, prayer time schedule, dedicated support, Quranic material, language internationalization, and much more. In the next chapter, we will discuss the design process behind the identity of this platform. In any online platform, the logo plays great significance. It is through the logo users can recognize and connect with the platform on a deeper level. The logo also equips the platform with a sense of personality and identity. If you look at the top portion of our logo, it has the words Üsküdar University, This communicates to users that the platform is connected and part of Üsküdar University. If we look at the bottom version of our logo, it has the word Mescit. Now, the word Mescit is a word which is found both in the Arabic and Turkish language, which means a small place of worship, compared to a mosque, which is much bigger and has a dedicated scholar. Next to the word Mescit, it has a number of rectangles which fill the empty space and creates a sense of balance. Later, we will discuss the significance of these rectangles. Next is the Turkish version of our logo. Since the university is based in Turkey and the official language in Turkey is the Turkish language, I decided to design a Turkish version of the logo in an attempt to connect and resonate with the Turkish-speaking people and not only the English-speaking people. Next is symbolism. If you remember, our logo contains a number of rectangles, and that's no coincidence. These rectangles symbolize the 5 obligatory daily prayers in Islam, starting with number 1, the Fajr prayer, the dawn prayer, followed by the noon prayer, the afternoon prayer, the sunset prayer, and finally, Isha, the night prayer. One question is, why are they shaped rectangular instead of circular? Well, that's because it mimics the architecture of the prayer spaces since they are built in a rectangular fashion. And that's the symbolism and meaning of the platform's logo. Next is a compact version of our logo. Since Üsküdar University Mescit plus 5 rectangles can take quite some space, and so if we were to make it compact and take less space, we would have to abbreviate the words. And so Üsküdar University Mescit turns into UUM, which means Üsküdar University Mescit. And next to it there is a rectangle which symbolizes the prayer space. The same thing for the Turkish version. You have the first initials of Üsküdar University in Turkish. Underneath it you have M, which is Mescit, next to a prayer space. These compact versions of the logo can come useful in scenarios where only a small space is available to present the logo. Now, this is the clean logo without any construction lines in front of a dark background. Next is the same logo in front of a light background. Next is the same logo once again in front of a turquoise logo background. Next we have the compact version of the logo without any construction lines in front of a dark background, in front of a light background, in front of a turquoise background. You might wonder, why are we using these specific colors, the turquoise colors, the white color, and the black color? In the next chapter, we will talk about the color palette chosen for the platform. The colors that were used in the platform are colors that were inspired by the existing color palette that the university uses for its own identity. The main color is the turquoise color. It is a color of healing, tranquility, and peace. Next, you have the black color, which is a color that conveys strength, boldness, and discipline, which are characteristics of great significance, especially when it concerns the students. And finally, you have the white color, which is a color that conveys purity, cleanliness, and clarity. And so these are the main colors that were handpicked precisely to be used in the platform. In the next chapter, we will discuss typography. When it comes to typography that was utilized in the entirety of the platform, it is of 2 kinds. We'll start with number 1, the heading font. The heading font is a font that is used strictly for the headings throughout the platform. And for that, we used Railway, Now, Railway is an open source sans serif font. And what makes this font so special is that it is simple yet elegant and eye-catching, which is why I chose to use it for the headings in the platform. Next, number 2, we have the body font. Now, the body font is used for texts, paragraphs, buttons, links, etc. And for that, we use no other than Inter. Now, Inter is a very well-known font, and what makes it so special is that it is consistent and easy to read in all screen sizes. Because one of the issues that certain fonts have is that when you scale the text and the fonts down, it becomes very hard to read. But Inter solves this problem. So even when you scale the text down to be used in a phone screen, the text is still very manageable to read. And so these are the fonts that were chosen to be used in the platform. In the next chapter, we will talk about some technical matters. We will talk about domain selection and the creation of sitemap. Since our platform is hosted on the internet, it has to have a domain address. And for that, there are countless possibilities. And so we have to choose the appropriate one. Here you'll see the process behind choosing the right domain for our platform. So the first candidate is Üsküdar University Mescit.com. Well, that sounds reasonable, especially when you remember that our platform is called Üsküdar University Mescit. But the issue with such a domain is that it is too long of a domain. Users will have a hassle and a difficulty writing such a domain in the URL. Another issue is that one misspelled letter and they will not have access to our platform. And so we have to find an alternative. Next, we have prayer-üsküdar.com. This sounds like a good domain, but once again, the issue with this domain is that it contains English words, prayer spaces. You have to remember that this platform is a platform that is based in Turkey, and the official language in Turkey is the Turkish language. So having an English domain for a Turkish platform is counterintuitive, and such a domain would not resonate with the Turkish-speaking people. And so we have to find something else. Next is Üsküdar-Mescit. This is a domain that is straight to the point and self-explanatory. The dash was made there as an attempt to help the domain make it more recognizable, because the domain contains two words, Üsküdar and Mescit. But then I realized that having a dash in a domain is not SEO friendly, and it would negatively impact the domain's rank in the search engine. And so finally we have üsküdarmescit.com without a dash. So such a domain is clear, simple, easily recognizable, and straight to the point, and not to mention SEO friendly, which would help us rank higher in search engines. And so this is the process behind choosing the right domain for our platform. Next, we will talk about the sitemap creation. The sitemap of any platform is of great importance. It is through this map that users can navigate different pages of the platform. And so because of that, we had to build a sitemap that is both organized and intuitive. And so the first thing that the user will be faced with when visiting our platform is the homepage, as you can see here on the far left. The homepage. Next, you have the prayer spaces page, which is the page on which users will have access to information about the prayer spaces found in campus. Next, you have the prayer time page, which is the page on which users will have access to prayer time schedule. Next, you have the Quran page, which is the page that has a dedicated Quran for users to read. Next, you have the download page, which is the page on which users will have the opportunity to download a very beneficial resource. Next, you have the about page, which is the page on which users will have an idea of what the platform is all about. And finally, you have the contact page, which is the page that users can contact the university with their questions, feedback, or inquiries. And so this is the sitemap for our platform. It is made to be very logical and intuitive. Next, you have the Turkish version of our sitemap. Since we have both English-speaking audience and Turkish-speaking audience, we had to make sure that our platform is accessible for all. And so if a user wants to change the language of the platform, he will have the option to do so. And so this is the Turkish version of the sitemap. Here you have on the far left ana sayfa, which is the home page. Next you have the namaz alanları, which is the prayer spaces page. Next you have the namaz vakti, which is the prayer time page. Next you have the Quran page. And next you have indir, which is the download page. Next you have hakkında, which is the about page. And finally iletişim, which is the contact page. This marks the end of our chapter. Next we will talk about mockups. Now we will showcase how the platform would look like on different devices, such as a widescreen device like a laptop and a small screen device such as a phone. This illustrates that the platform is responsive to different screen sizes. Later on, we will showcase the actual platform live on the internet, but before then, bear with me. This is the homepage. This is the first page that the users will be faced with when first visiting the platform. The homepage will give a summary of what the platform has to offer. Next, we have the player space page. This is the page on which users can gain insight and information about the player spaces found in the different campuses of the university. Next, we have the prayer time page. This is the page where users can access the prayer time schedule. Next, we have the Quran page. This is the page that has a dedicated Quran for users to read and explore. Next, we have the download page. Since our platform requires an internet connection for users to access it, I thought about providing a resource that does not require an internet connection. The download page offers a Quranic study tool for users to download in their phone, which they can benefit from without having a need for an internet connection. Next, we have the About page. This is a page on which they can have information of what the platform is all about. Next, we have the Contact page. This is the page on which users can access to reach out to the platform with their questions, feedback, and inquiries. And so this makes the end of the mockup chapter. Next, we will showcase the actual platform live on the internet. Hello everyone. Now we will showcase the actual platform live on the internet. Here, if you go to a browser, üsküdarmescit.com, this is the homepage. This is the page that the user will first see when visiting our platform. They'll be faced with a welcome to our university prayer space. This is a picture of one of the prayer spaces found in campus. Underneath there is a button, Get Started. When pressed, it will take you to the prayer spaces where you will get access to more information. Next, there is a section here that offers features about the prayer spaces for those who don't know and have no idea. The prayer spaces are clean, comfortable, segregated, meaning there are prayer spaces for females and there are prayer spaces for males. That's according to the Islamic principles of modesty. Next, each prayer space has learning resources, a shelf that contains educational books. Next is a wudu facility, which is a facility for ablution. And finally, restrooms for those who need them. And next is the Quran. Okay, read Quran with translation. And this is the page, and you press Read Today, and it will take you to the Quran page where you get access to the full Quran. Next is introducing the Study Quran app. So this is an app that is downloadable for your phone. It's a Quranic study tool that has comprehensive and a number of features. So when you press this button, download now, it will take you to the download page. And finally, we have a section to get to know us. So if you press learn more, it will take you to the about page where you will learn more about the platform. And finally, you have a sleek footer here. So the footer here, you have the logo of our platform. You have 3 sections here. 1 second. You have the navigate. Here you have the home, prayer space, the prayer time, the Quran page, download, about page, and contact page. Here you have popular links. This is dedicated to the Quran. Since the Quran has 114 chapters, these are some of the chapters that are most frequently visited. So this is easy access. And next is university links. So you have to remember that this platform is part of the university. And so the university has its own website. And so if you go to the home page here, home, it will take you to the homepage of the university's official website. Academic calendar, it will take you to the academic calendar where you'll get, you have very important information. And frequently asked questions of the university. And underneath you have the logo of the platform next to the logo of the official university, Üsküdar University. Underneath you have the copyright notice, and that's pretty much it. And this is for the homepage. And when you press home, it will take you to the beginning of the homepage. It's very smooth. Another option is that it has a dark mode feature. So for those who want a dark mode, it's available. Once again, it's also interactive. When you scroll over, it changes colors. Okay, and this is a glow. There's a glow here that is very intriguing. So going back up, let's go back to the light mode. And let's say you're someone who does not understand the English language. Well, no problem. You can go here to the language tabs and press Türkçe, which means Turkish. And here you have the Turkish language, the Turkish version of the website. You have the welcome here. Even the navigation is changed here. Okay, this is the home page, the prayers, spaces page, the prayer time, and so on. And even the buttons. Okay, and this is accurate translation. This translation has been done professionally. Okay. And this is it for the homepage. Next is the prayer spaces page. So here you have, let's make it back in English. Okay, this is Find Campus Prayer Rooms. And this is one of the campuses, the Altinizade campus. Okay. This is the short description of what, for example, Üsküdar University main campus is situated in Altinizade, one of the most central districts of Üsküdar. Prayer spaces located on floor -1 at the end of the hall offers a dedicated area for prayer and includes a water facility for ablution. So it gives a general information about the campus and information about the prayer spaces and where it's located. This is some pictures to help the users recognize the campus. The users might not recognize the name of the campus, but they will certainly recognize its location. Okay, that's why it's made to be the main picture. And this is interactive. You can press on the page and you'll have a better look at it. Okay, there's also other features here. Okay, you can zoom in. You could have a full picture. You can even have a slideshow. So a fully interactive picture viewer. So next, it will give you, so first you will have a picture of the campus, another picture of the campus, and here you have the prayer space. Okay, this is the entrance of the prayer space. This is the prayer space from a different angle. This is a frame in the prayer space. This is a picture of Jerusalem, which is found in Palestine. And that's pretty much it for campus number 1. perhaps there is another campus. Actually, before we go there, there's also show on map. So when you press here, show on map, it will take you to Google Maps, where it will take you straight to the campus and to the prayer spaces. So if we press, it will take you to the campus, as you can see here, the main campus of Üsküdar University. So this is the show on map feature here. Next, you have the Charger campus. This is another campus. Once again, it gives you general information and where it's located. And this is the picture of the campus. Okay. The next picture will show you the prayer space. A different angle shows the frames in the prayer space. This is another frame. And this is the shelf, which contains educational resources for those interested. And that's pretty much it. Okay, you can press show on map and it will take you straight to the map. Let's try it. As you can see here, this is the campus. So, and this is it has a dark feature as well. And also, once again, you could also turn on the Turkish version. So you could understand, even here, everything is translated to enhance accessibility and so that everyone understand the contents of the page. Next is the prayer time page. So here you have, it's a very simple and straightforward page. It's not very complicated. You have a monthly prayer time schedule. This is a picture of two men in contemplating, reflecting, and praying to God. Here you press download schedule, and it will take you to the schedule of the prayer time schedule for the whole month. So this is the logo of our platform. This is the month, May 2024, prayer time schedule. This is the days of the month, the 1st, the 2nd of May, the 3rd, the 4th. And here you have the prayer times, okay? And this is the schedule. And this will be refreshed and updated every single month. And they can download it or even print it. This is print friendly, okay? You could print it in an A4 page, and you could stick it on a wall or something as a reminder. So next we have the Quran page. So this is the page of the Quran. It has a dedicated 114 chapters that you can read of the Quran, and they are fully interactive. Okay, as you can see here, very interactive. So let's start here. This is the heading. This is Al-Quran Al-Kareem, or the Noble Quran in Arabic. This is the Noble Quran. And here, a short description: discover the depth of the Quran, the holy Islamic scripture, and gain insight into its teachings and explore its profound significance. When you press the read button, it will take you to the first chapter. When you press download, it will take you to the download page, where you'll get access to download a resource, a very important resource. So in this cars here, you have a number of things. So let's take them one by one. So here you have, this is the numerical order of the chapters. This is the first chapter, the second chapter, the third chapter, the fourth, and so on. Here you have the name of the chapter in Arabic script, Al-Fatiha, which means this is the translation, the opening. And up here, on top of it, you have the transliteration of the chapter's name. Here on the far right, at the bottom, you have the number of verses. You have 7 verses for the first chapter. It's quite a short one. Next, you have the cow, 286 verses, and so on and so forth, for 114 chapters. And this is also language friendly. Okay, when you translate it, even the chapter's name translation is translated. Everything's translated here. And it's also dark mode friendly. Okay. And underneath you have the footer. Okay. So for example, let's go back to English and let's go to the first chapter, the opening. So you have a number of things here. So let's take them one by one. So first you have the heading. This is the name of the chapter in Arabic. Underneath you have the translation, the opening. And here you have a notice. This tells you the translation of the Quran, because you have the original Arabic that is unchanged, but then you have different translation by different authors. You have translations in English, French, Turkish, and so on. So this is a very popular English translation by Dr. Mustafa. It's called The Clear Quran. It's a great translation. So for example, here you have the number of the chapter number, the numerical order of the chapter next to the verse. So this is chapter 1, verse 1. So in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Next here you have tafsir, which means exegesis. So when you press here, you'll have a drop down here where you have more insight into the verse and what it entails and what it means. For example, the best way to begin any task is in the name of God, the Lord, the being who is the source of all blessings. And it continues. And so it gives you more information about the verse. So on the left side, you have a sidebar that has all the 114 chapters for you to explore. Okay? And on the right, you have the verses. Okay? This is the first verse. So for example, let's go to the 5th verse. It will take us to the 5th verse, as you can see here, chapter 1, verse number 5. You alone, we worship, and you alone, we ask for help. And so it is a fully interactive page for Quranic reading. And you could turn on, once again, if you want the Turkish version, no problem. This is Açılış, the opening. And this is a translation. This is the official translation by the Ministry of Religious Affairs in Turkey. So this is the official translation. And here also on the left side, the chapters' names have been translated as well. So this is the Quran page. Okay, so let's go to the download page. And so this is the download page. This page, it will offer access to an application as a Quranic study tool. Now, this application is developed by Green Tech Foundation, which is based in the UK. They build great apps that help people learn about the Quran and Islamic sciences. And so let's take it back in English. And so this is a page that gives information about this application and what it has to offer, and also the chance for you to download this application. And the first thing here, you have the logo or the icon of the application, its name, an incentive, recite, listen, study, all in one place. And what's so special about this application is that it's completely ad-free. It's completely free. So this is a mock-up of what the application would look like on a phone. And underneath you have the options for download. You can download it for Android, Apple, or even Huawei. So let's test it out. So you press on the Android, it will take you to Google Play, and you can download it. If you're an iPhone user, no problem. You could go to the App Store. And even if you are a Huawei user, you can still have access to this application. So next, you scroll down, you have features. This will showcase the features of the application. For example, here, one of the features is that it has translations, okay? English translation, Turkish translations, and more. So you could understand what the verses are saying, and you would understand what the message is all about. Another feature is that it has tafsir or exegesis, which gives insights and great information into the verses, their historical context, and more. Next, you have another feature that you can explore the Quran by topics. And there are many topics. For example, Allah, the prophets, the angels, the life of the hereafter, and so many much more topics. And let's say, for example, you picked the topic of the prophets. When you press the prophets, it will branch into other topics because there is a number of prophets. You have Muhammad, Jesus, David, Noah, peace be upon them. So this has a great opportunity to learn specific topics found in the Quran with great details. Next is another feature that it has. You can listen to the recitation of the Quran. Okay, you can decide where it would start, the range, the start of the verse, the end of the verse. The reciter has a number of reciters that you can choose. So there's many playback features for you to adjust to your liking. Next, it has a planner. You could plan your reading for a daily reading, weekly reading, or even a monthly reading. And every time you make a planner, you have notifications to your email to keep you updated of your progress. Next, another feature that it has, color-coded tajweed. This is for those who want to perfect their pronunciation and articulation of the Arabic verses of the Quran. So this color coding helps users read the Quran accurately. And finally, you have a dark mode feature for those who have sensitive eyes or they don't like too much bright light. No problem. You have a dark mode as well. And finally, you have a banner. Begin your journey to Allah today, download and take the first steps. So you press here, download, and it will take you to the beginning of the page, and you scroll just a bit down and you could download it. And so this is the download page. Next, we have the about page. Okay, this is the about page. It gives you general information on what the platform is all about. Okay, Üsküdar University Mescit is a website dedicated to facilitating access to prayer spaces on campus. And so it gives you general information. Next is the term Mescit. It talks about the platform, the word Mescit. People recognize Üsküdar University, but what does the word Mescit mean? So the term Mescit holds special significance in Turkish and Muslim culture, representing a sacred space for prayer and worship. While similar to a mosque, mesjids are typically smaller in scale and may not always have a full dedicated imam. Nevertheless, they serve as a vital center for daily prayers, individual worship, and moments of quiet contemplation. Thank you for visiting. And here you have a get in touch. So to reach out, please visit our contact page for feedback and inquiries and so on. So the contact page, if you press here, it will take us to the contact page. So contact page, it's a very straightforward page, very simple, not too many information, just the necessary ones. So you have a heading, get in touch. So a paragraph, have a question, feedback, or need support. We're here for you. Feel free to reach out to us. You have the email. This is the official email, salam at üsküdarmescit.com. This is, it works. It has been set up. And here you have a phone. If you want to call or even want to chat through WhatsApp, you could do that. You could press here and it will take us to the WhatsApp. And you could continue to chat. As easy as that. And once again, this is if you're a Turkish speaker, you can, no problem at all. So it's the dark mode feature as well. And so this is the platform. Okay. And so this is the end of the presentation of the platform. Next, we will show you about where this platform is being hosted. As you can see, this is our code. The platform has been developed using VS Code. And the code is being hosted on GitHub. This is my account. And you'll find all the files and all the code available here. Okay. And GitHub, my GitHub account is connected to Vercel. And so what Vercel does is it takes our code and it sends it to a dedicated address on the internet. And I connected this address with my domain. And this is the website, as you can see, available on the internet. Vercel gives us a great number of features. One of those features is analytics. And through those analytics, we can see how our website is behaving and functioning. And so this makes the end of it. In conclusion, the platform aims to serve the students, faculty, and staff of Üsküdar University and equip them with the necessary resources and information to help them better utilize the prayer spaces found in campus. The making of this project has been a great experience and it has been very educational. And I look forward to collaborating with future developers to enhance the platform and to make it a valuable resource for everybody. Thank you for watching and have a good day.